country of Sri Lanka's recent history has been dominated by a violent civil war. Since the country gained independence from Britain in 1948, ethnic tensions between the majority Sinhalese and the minority Tamil have been rising, and it has led to a devastating civil war.
For over a quarter of a century, the Sri Lankan government has clashed with the Liberation Tigers of the Tamil Eelam, also known as the LTTE, or Tamil Tigers.
The war ended on the 19th of May 2009 due to the rebels' surrender. Shortly after the surrender, the Minister of Defense ordered Brigadier Shivendra Silva to finish it off the way it has to be done. This led to a mass killing of innocent rebels who surrendered, as well as 300 Tamil soldiers and their families.
In the end, it was the animosity between the two groups that ultimately caused this horrific genocide.
Derogatory terms and discrimination were what Eelam Tamils had to face every single day. They were oftentimes called Dravidians, meaning conquerors or looter.
A Sinhalese history book called the Mahavansa describes the Tamils as creatures and demons. This, along with the laws that were voted in against the Tamils, created a constant environment of pain and suffering in which the Tamil Tigers rose out of.
The Tamil had to face terrible behavior from the Sinhalese because the two groups were so different. It was easy to target the Tamils as they had different names. They were Hindu rather than Buddhist like the Sinhalese, and their linguistics varied slightly.
It is a true tragedy what has happened in Sri Lanka. The death tolls spiral into the thousands on both sides, and after a 26-year war, let us hope Sri Lanka may finally find some peace.
It was terrible. Every day when I woke up, I didn't know if I would still be alive when the sun went down. I remember the fires, everything burning, women, children. So many times I came close to death. A shell that dropped 5 meters away from me, 10 meters away. Why not me? Why did I survive?
You question why you survived.
I question everything. Why did the war happen? Why did it happen in my town? Why did I live when so many others were lost?
So you're feeling confused about why it happened. When did you feel it started to affect you?
It began when Britain started favoring our people, the Tamil, over the Sinhalese, which really angered them. And so when Britain gave power back to the island, Sinhalese majority started voting in these undemocratic laws against my people.
That was a long time ago. When do you feel it started to affect you?
The country had been in turmoil for so long, almost 26 years. Everywhere I looked, there were people spreading hatred. Nothing was sacred, nothing was safe. People would harass me in the streets.
You don't belong here, you dirty Dominion.
The Tamils were hated so much that we couldn't work. My sister and I were starving, impoverished, and alone. The world was very dark. I didn't feel human. To them, I was lower than vermin, lower than trash. I was nothing. I was no one.
Tell me about your sister.
Henny was my everything. She took me in when my family was killed in a Sinhalese raid, and she helped me and she treated me like her sister.
Sounds like you really loved her.
I did. I do. She was so important. She was the yin to my yang. Where I was reckless, she was cautious. We were soulmates. I just wish I could have done more. Henny, I'm back!
Hi!
I brought you a flower so that you could paint it.
Thank you. I'm gonna put it in my hair.
We interrupt this song for an important announcement. Be a hero. The Tamil Tigers have been rampaging the city and must be stopped. Join the militia now and fight in the name of Buddha. Sri Lanka is for the Sinhalese. Let's rid the streets of these filthy Dravidians.
Turn it off, Hinny.
No, it's important that we hear this. It could have information on how we can get out of here.
Why did you and Hinny want to leave?
It wasn't safe. The Sinhalese, they were getting more organized. They were training these militias specific techniques to hurt our people, and there were already special task forces designed just to act out massacres.
This war has been going on for far too long. The Tamil Tigers must be taken down. Their violence against the Sinhalese will not be tolerated any longer. Continue putting up the posters. Reward those you see harassing the Tamils in the streets. Strike fear into the Dravidians at all opportunities. We must spread word of the militias to more of the towns. Tell them that the army will provide training and weaponry. Show them that what they're doing for the country is a favor. We will rid the streets of the unclean that inhabit them. Already, the special task forces are being trained in specific forms of torture devised with the vermin in mind. We can use the forces to train the militias, and by the time we're done, the Tamils will be gone.
That must have been terrifying.
It was. That's why we were so desperate to get out of there. We're not going to escape by sitting around listening to the radio and waiting. Our people are dying, Hinny. We need to leave now.
No, Akila, it's not safe. We have a life here, albeit not a great one. But if we leave now, we'll have nothing. We'll be exposed. We can't risk everything for nothing.
But this life is nothing, Hinny. Just look at us. We're skeletons. We haven't had a proper meal in years. We have no one. Why are you so blind? All of my friends are dead. And the Sinhalese, they're going to kill us too. We don't belong here.
Then where do we belong? We can't just up and leave with no destination in mind. It's not safe, but at least here, I can protect you.
I don't need your protection, Hinny. I can take care of myself.
No, you can't. You're just a little kid. I didn't have a chance to help the others, but I can protect you. Please, let me protect you.
No, this isn't a life, Hinny. I'm tired of being here. I'm leaving whether you want me to or not. If you want to protect me so badly, then you can follow, but if not, I guess this is goodbye.
Wait, Akila.
Gotcha, you
Akila,
filthy
wait.
Dravidian.
No, please take me instead. Take me instead. Let her go. Please, I'll do anything.
Anything? How sweet.
Can you tell me what the consequences were for being caught?
We were brought to one of their no-fire zones, which was basically just a death camp created by the Sinhalese to keep us in one place. And so I thought that death camps were just places from stories. I had only read about them. I couldn't fathom that it was happening to me, that it happened to me. It was surreal.
Surreal. Why was it surreal?
It was 2009, a time too close to the present for people to be so uncivil and violent. I thought that we'd left all the monsters behind when the Holocaust ended, but there they were, torturing us, torturing innocents. They were taking our souls and they were laughing about it. They called us less than human, but in reality, they were the ones who had no humanity. They were evil incarnated. I'm so sorry, Hinny. I should have listened to you, but I was so reckless, and now we're both doomed.
It's okay. We're gonna survive this because we're together. We can survive anything together.
Listen up! I've compiled a list. If your name is called, stand on the left. Akila Diaz!
That's me. Hi, I'm here.
Hinny, no!
It's fine. Survive.
You've shared a lot of your story with me today, Akila. I'm really proud of you. Thank you. I think we should book another session and look at possible screenings for an adjustment disorder, PTSD, reactive depression, anxiety, and distress adjustment. Right? People who are as strong as you often find it difficult to prepare healthy coping strategies for themselves, but it's not impossible.
Sri Lanka's civil war ended several years ago, but Sinhalese alleged criminals facing war crimes have not been charged.
A report taken by several experts on international criminal law and war crimes revealed that the Sinhalese government security forces, perpetrators of the genocide, dug up and destroyed the mass graves of the LTTE. They also burnt the bodies of several Tamil victims.
These acts were committed in order to try and cover up the evidence of their gruesome offenses, evidence that many of the crimes continue to this day, perpetrated by the Sri Lankan armed forces on civilian population.
To this day, the army still denies the fact that they committed any crimes and often blame what happened on the victims. They blocked investigations of the crime and continue to govern.
During the war, journalists were forbidden to enter the war zone, and a censorship was imposed on the press. Just another example of the Sinhalese government and army working together to get away with the acts of injustice they placed on the LTTE.
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa stated that no civilians were killed by the army. The UN, however, says that up to 40,000 civilians died.
Perhaps the most childish logic that the Sinhala government has is that other countries such as America should not push forward towards international inquiry on the acts of genocide during the war, as they themselves have unclean hands.
The army constantly blocks investigations of the crimes and continues to govern.
One of our reporters has managed to catch up with General Fonseca, the man responsible for many Tamil deaths during the 2009 surrender.
I am here outside of the United Nations headquarters. General Fonseca is about to make his entrance. General, before you go in, I have a question for you. One of your officers told us in confidence that you were given orders to kill surrendering and innocent Tamil tigers, and when you were given these orders, you did not hesitate or question them.
Which officer told you this information?
It was in confidence, I can't tell you that.
Well, then you're gonna have to ask them again because they're obviously lying. No such thing has happened.
Yes, but many of your men were accused of rape, killing innocents, women, children, accused of—
No, you're the only ones making these accusations. Never. Get that camera out of my face.